Hello there, Vlad here, welcome to my studio, and let's dive in right away. I built myself a new studio pedal board. Boom! Here it is. And right away you might ask, what's the difference between a studio pedal board and a regular one, if you will? And I'd say the only real difference, to me at least, is that with a studio pedal board, I don't have to think about the kind of practicality of the pedal board, meaning that, for example, as you can see here, there's a delay and Boss MD200, like these two buttons are way too close to each other. So in a live situation, for example, if I wanted to tap in the tempo, I'd probably end up turning on the MD200 as well. But in a studio setting, I'm not really tapping this pedal board with my feet at all, and I can cram in more pedals on this pedal board, which by the way is a NUX Bumblebee, but let's move on. So the way I started building this pedal board was just kind of taking out all of the pedals I had and kind of thought I might want to have on the board. I kind of see which ones I would pick, what combinations I might want to use, and what are the effects that I actually want to use on a recording, for example. I just kind of tried to roughly see where I would place them on the board and how I would wire them, what would be the signal path. With this pedal board built, I actually decided to use just Velcro to attach the pedals. When I'm building a pedal board for live use, I pretty much always use dual lock because it just makes sure that when I kick my pedals with my feet, they don't move at all. But in this case, I think I might swap some of the pedals from the board every now and then, and Velcro just makes sense. They still stay in place firmly, but they're way easier to detach than when using dual lock. And once I knew what the correct order of the pedals will be, well, I just started wiring them up. The whole pedal board is powered by CIOKS DC7, by the way, which is a fantastic power supply. 7 individual isolated outputs, all up to 600 milliamps, 9 volts. And on this pedal board, that meant that only 2 pedals had to be powered from the same output, and that's great because it just removes one more thing that might cause some hum and noise and stuff like that. I decided to not put a tuner on the pedal board. I usually use this Peterson Strokkur Stomp HD. It just would take one slot from the board itself, and I kind of wanted to have all of these here. And funnily enough, I actually forgot that this Zoom 505 Mark II does have a tuner built in. So I actually do have a tuner on my board. So let's dive into the pedal board itself and why I chose the pedals I actually did. Starting with this KMA Audio Machines Fuzzly Bear. I put the fuzz pedal in first, just to make sure like any other pedal or anything like that doesn't affect its sound. This particular fuzz is not as sensitive to other pedals as some other fuzzes are, but just in case I kind of wanted to place it there. Plus I learned a trick from my buddy Eirik from Living Room Gear Demos that in order to make the fuzz sound kind of a bit softer and more usable, you probably want to place it as one of the first pedals in the signal chain, and you might actually want to soften up the sound with an OD, for example, which is a Caline Pure Sky over here. So from the guitar, which is by the way this beautiful Vola Oz, we go into the Fuzzly Bear, KMA Audio Machines Strokkur, which is like a treble booster, then a Caline Pure Sky OD. So from here, it's a very nice kind of classic overdrive, very Timmy-ish, let's put it that way. REVV G3 for some heavier sounds. Then the signal goes to orange Kongpressor, a compressor pedal, and from there we go to Zoom 505 Mark II, a very old multi-effects that I wanted to have here for fun. It has some very weird kind of lo-fi sounds. I describe them as like good bad sounds that you can have from here. We'll dive into that a bit later. Then from here, the signal actually goes into the Houston Getner Black Spirit 200 over there. And we're on the clean channel. There's a little bit of reverb coming up from the amp. So that's the clean sound. And in the effects loop of the amp, we got the Boss MD200 and the Boss DD500. You already heard the clean sound. The neck pickup, let's go to the bridge pickup and check out the sounds from the Fuzzly Bear. it's just fun. And that's why I wanted to have it on the board. And I actually kind of want to experiment a little bit how it works with that booster, how it works with an OD, maybe heavier drive, with the compressor as well. So it's there for me to learn and also have fun, because it is just fun. Moving on, the next one is a KMA audio machine, Strokkur, which is a treble booster, but it's a very versatile one. You can boost the treble, you can boost or cut the bass, and also there's a kind of range control of how much it actually cuts out, so where the kind of treble boost starts. So when I dial back the range control, actually becomes a full range booster almost. Well, there's obviously those controls as well, but... And it also starts to overdrive the amp a little bit. And then with the range control, we can take out some of the low end. Kind of just takes out some of that muddiness and just makes your guitar stand out from the mix more. Again, just a really, really cool studio tool. Nice. Caline Pure Sky overdrive, many of you guys have seen this dozens and dozens of times. It's good. It's really, really good. Then for some way, way higher gain stuff, REVV G3. Okay, this is not a heavy metal guitar, and it's a kind of fairly vintage style humbucker, but with this pedal you can do kind of classic high gain stuff. It actually does lower gain kind of rock thing really well, but when paired, for example, with the Ibanez AZ I have, which has a kind of more modern sounding pickups overall, you can get awesome high gain sounds for both kind of more classic style and more modern metal as well. The next pedal is the orange Kongpressor, which is, by the way, after all of the drives / fuzzes, because I want to record kind of as mix ready guitar as possible, so I can still retain the dynamics of these pedals. So if I play lightly, they distort a bit less and stuff like that, but then I'm kind of compressing the signal after the drives, so I'm kind of sending a more kind of even volume level to the mix, and I'll have to do way less to it when actually mixing the song. And right now it's on a kind of funk setting. Just a really, really great sounding compressor pedal, and there's a lot. I've actually used it with the bass guitar as well, and it works really well with that too. Just a cool looking and sounding compressor pedal with a nice handle as well. Next is the kind of wild card of this pedal board, which is a Zoom 505. There's a separate longish video where I go through all of its settings and kind of rediscover it, because this was my first pedal 20 years ago almost, and I've reacquired one a few years ago and it's a lot of fun. Let's see what the preset number 1 is. Sounds like ring modulator to me. Let's dive into the modulation setting. I'm not sure if the top camera will pick it up because it's kind of slightly underneath here. So that's a slow attack modulation. There's also delays and reverbs here. Amp modeling, different kind of EQs. There's actually a lot inside that pedal, even though it's like 20 years old or something. There's distortion, amp modeling, compressor limiter, wah pedal, all kinds of stuff. And I want to dive in and see what I can find. And maybe there's something that will actually like become a really cool song idea. Actually, that kind of slow attack thing we have going on right now. Yeah, there's a lot to discover with this one, so I'm happy. And I can also bypass it if it decides to bypass. Oh yeah, and I need to go to the play mode to be able to bypass. Now it's bypassed. And based on a quick recording test, it doesn't actually seem to affect the signal at all when it's bypassed. So that's really cool. Last but not least, the modulation section. Boss MD200, bunch of different effects. I think it's on a chorus right now. Yeah, there's a lot in this pedal, and I can also store presets if I need to, so that's really cool. Just a very, very versatile collection of different kinds of effects I might want to have while recording, so it's really cool to have that there. Then the last is the Boss DD500, and let's see what patch I have going on here. Haha! Let's engage the compressor. This is, by the way, the fun of it. I can mix all of this together. I have a Strokkur, I have a Kongpressor going on, and a very kind of edgy-ish delay. Even have some chorus on. And they actually kind of demonstrated how you can mix this up. Like, I kind of got an inspiration from this delay to get that kind of edge sound, cut out some of the low end, boost a little bit with an overdrive, compress it over here so it's actually easier to play and it's kind of more even out, and then the delay repeats it and chorus adds some width to it. And there you have it. I suddenly have a sound that I could record with. I had a lot of fun building this pedal board, and with a versatile guitar and a really powerful amp as well. I have so many tonal options. It's just super exciting. It's all hissy, by the way. Let's like this, nice and quiet. Yeah. But yeah, that wraps up the video. If you got any questions about building your own pedal board, hit me up in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching this video. I shall see you next time.